Hi guys, it's Jamila here from Slap. Today I'm doing a video on the new Kosas brand. Some of you might know about it, some of you may not, but Kosas is a cruelty-free, a clean beauty brand from LA, and I wanted to do a video on it because I've been seeing it around. I love their branding. I want to put it in the Slap app, and I just felt like I wanted to test it first and see what it was like. So I'm going to be doing a video on a few of their bits. There are two things that basically have been catching my eye and I've just been seeing over and over again that I really want to try. So they've got the Tinted face oil, which is their kind of version of a foundation. This comes in a really good shade range, or like a pretty decent shade range. I bought the shade 8.2, which is a gold, deep with neutral undertones. The one with golden undertones looked a bit rich, so I thought I'd go for neutral, and then, you know, I could always kind of use a powder that will help kind of balance it out. I also got their Second Eyeshadow, which I've been seeing everywhere, and I really wanted to try it because I tried the Stila Twig eyeshadow a long time ago, and I've since restocked. I love that eyeshadow a lot. So kind of Stila are kind of like the trailblazers when it comes to liquid eyeshadow, so I wanted to see how these guys approached it. Apparently you can do your eyeshadow in 10 seconds, which is amazing, and it's a clean beauty brand, so I'm trying to look towards more clean, organic, natural makeup again. I used to kind of buy things like Notto and Vapor when we used to stock them, but I've been a bit naughty recently, haven't really been buying as many sustainable good brands, and since I bought the Victoria Beckham Beauty, I wanted to get back into organic-y stuff. Start with the Kosas Tinted Face Oil. So it says makeup meets skincare, a featherweight light to medium coverage foundation and deeply hydrating skin elixir. It says shake well before every use, gently blend 2 to 4 drops into skin using fingertips. I was thinking to do a sponge, so maybe I'll do one side sponge, one side fingertips. Comes in a squeezy tub, white and black. Tinted face oil. So it says shake very well every time you use it. I feel like this is going to be a very wet product, very leaky. That's probably enough. So it said 2 to 4 drops, if I remember correctly. This is the oil. It's very liquidy, like extremely liquidy, but I think the color isn't too bad. Obviously it is a bit red, it's more on the neutral side, but I did kind of know that going in. It feels so light, like I've just rubbed it out here and it's so lightweight. It feels like kind of nothing, but it's kind of oily. It's weird. But it does give skin a very nice glow, nice luminosity to it. So I'm going to put a bit on the back of my hand again and blend it in with my fingers if I can stop it from running. It smells quite weird. It smells a bit like, it's like a really kind of clay-like smell. But it does look very glowy. I'm just hoping that this doesn't clog my pores up too much because it is an oil, and I don't know how well it will last in terms of winter. I guess it will be more hydrating, but is it going to just slip off is my kind of fear with this. It does seem to kind of grab onto texture quite a lot. Like when I put it on my forehead, which is quite spotty at the moment, it does seem to kind of stick to that. But I think considering I wear makeup pretty much every day, it is nice if you can use products that are good for your skin or doing good for your skin. Just because, you know, it's your face and your skin does absorb what you put in it and on it. So it's probably a good idea to start looking at products that are better for you and your skin will actually improve with, which is always good. So it's a lot quicker to use with a sponge because it just soaks up all of that loose liquid, whereas with my finger I feel like I have to be quite delicate with it. Not sure about you guys, but I think 2 to 3 drops is like very optimistic. I feel like I have to use a lot more because it's very sheer, very liquidy. I think it looks a bit more full coverage on the sponge side, but it doesn't look as nice and dewy. This side looks a lot fresher. But in terms of going into my creases, the sponge side is better, so you can really get into them. When I go back over with my fingers, I think I'm just taking product away. But it does look really, it's got a nice color. So I think maybe the best thing to do with this is to use a sponge under your eyes just to set it down, and then use your fingers for like cheeks and things, because it does look good. On my forehead, I think I prefer the sponge side. My skin definitely feels quite supple. It's got a really nice glow to it. It does look very healthy. So that is the Laura Mercier powder setting the Kosas tinted face oil. I do really like it. I think it's a nice product. It is quite oily. If you don't like oil on your skin, I probably wouldn't recommend this, but I do like the kind of glow it gives me, and I think in winter when you're feeling a bit dry, it's probably the perfect product. I'm not sure if I would use it in like California or sun, but for here in rainy, cold London, it's pretty nice. I'm gonna go in next with the eyeshadow. It is a very bold claim to say you can do your eyeshadow in 10 seconds. On this eye, I've already put my kind of classic NARS eyeshadow primer, which I use for my Stila Twig eyeshadow. And on this side, I've just left a clean, bare lid to see if that makes any difference. It did say shake well. I really like the packaging of this. They have loads of other colors. This is the color Element, and I just liked it because it's kind of coppery, look kind of cute. It does look a lot more liquid than my Stila one, but it looks like I get loads more, which is a huge thing because that Stila one is not cheap. I think it's like 26 or 32 pounds for one single eyeshadow, and it runs out so quickly. So if this can beat that, then I'll be super happy. Oh my God, it's so liquidy. It's like watercolor paint. I'm gonna give you a swatch. This is the color. It's actually gorgeous, and it's really similar to Twig. It's a really pretty color, very liquid formula. If I tip it over, it will all fall out, so just keep that in mind. No, I have to keep that in mind. I like the doe foot applicator. It looks pretty easy to use. It's very similar to the Stila one in that respect, but everything's a lot larger, and I think I do like that. So I'm just gonna go in here. It looks pretty pigmented. It doesn't have as much depth of color, but it is a different color. 10 seconds, I should have counted. It's a nice bright color though. Quite like that. Come closer. That is pretty. It's kind of like a metallic terracotta. My face is so shiny. Okay, so I'm gonna let that dry down, and I'm gonna go in on the other side with nothing on my eyes. This could be a terrible idea. It doesn't have as much grip without the primer, but that's kind of an obvious point to make. It looks a bit more patchy without the primer as well. So I personally would use a primer. There's a lot more gaps in the product. Oh, bugger. It's just not as easy to do without it. Okay, so I'm gonna let that side dry down. That dried down really quickly. Really quickly. It does look a bit cracked. I'm gonna go over with another coat to see if that makes any difference, because with my Twig one, I can. I do really like the color of it, and it's a lot easier to apply with a primer. It doesn't dry as quickly without the primer underneath, which is weird. Going with another coat on the right eye because it kind of needs it. Yeah, it doesn't go on as smoothly or as evenly without a primer. So I definitely would recommend, even if you just put concealer underneath, that would be better than just going in a bare lid, because the bare lid thing doesn't work. Even though they say do it, I wouldn't do it. I'm gonna let that dry down. This is the difference between them. This is dried down, this is still a bit wet, but this is with the eyeshadow primer, and this is without, a bit patchy. But I do like the color, I think it's pretty cool. And the color was Element. So the only other thing I got, which was a gift, is this Kosas lipstick. This is in the color Rose Water, and I'm not sure if it will go, but I just feel like I should use it. I got it free. I actually bought these on Cult Beauty. So I'm just gonna use a bit of this color, Rose Water, because it was free. And why not? It's very creamy, oh my God. Oh, that is really nice. That is so velvety creamy. If you can buy this, do buy this. This is nice. Who knew? Rose water. No! The most intense and one of my most matte setting sprays. This is the Max Fix Plus setting spray. This is in the matte formula. Okay, it does look a lot better. It's still got a lot of dew and shine to it. So I think that's just the price you pay for having a nourished or hydrated complexion. I do like it. I think it's nice. This is it close up. This is it with two layers of Laura Mercier powder and the matte setting spray. It just looks so glowy and dewy. That is my finished look. I'm actually really impressed with quite a few aspects of this brand, and I do really love actually this lipstick. It's just so creamy, so moisturizing, and it just feels like velvet on my skin. It's lovely. So I really like this lipstick. Also, I really do like the Tinted face oil, but I think it's a lot. Like, I probably put on quite a bit because I like quite a medium to full coverage. Because of that, I do have a lot of it on, so my face is quite oily. I think if you can have like a kind of chill, no makeup day and you just want a bit of tint, then I think it's a really nice product. Also, if you live somewhere cold and you kind of need, your skin needs nourishing, I do think it's also a really nice product. I don't understand how you can wear this somewhere hot. I don't understand how you could be in California or like anywhere warm and have an oil like this on your face. I feel like that would be really horrible and pore clogging and gross, because it really is very oily. The eyeshadow itself I really like. I definitely think you need to have a primer on. It's so clear to me. Like, this is so patchy and just doesn't look as good as this side. I definitely would recommend using a primer, but I really like the color. Obviously it kind of goes with the colors I'm wearing, but I really like the color. I think it's something I will wear more. It's a lot bigger than the Stila one, and it's not that different. Okay, so the Stila one is a bit more metallic, a bit more rich, but you get a lot less of product. So this is the size of the Stila one, and this is the size of the Kosas one. So much bigger. So in this you get 6 mil, and in the Stila one, you get 4.5 mil. But to be honest, you can never get to the bottom of these tubes because it is quite a thick formula. So even though you've got 4.5 mil, at least a mil you're never gonna see. So I'd say 3.5 mil over 6 mil. In terms of my favorites, I think maybe the eyeshadow's up there with my favorites. I do really like the color. It does dry down really quickly, and it is a cool idea. You get a lot of bang for your buck. That is my finished look. I hope you like it. I do really like the products I've used. I think they're all really nice. I am very shiny. I do feel quite greasy. My hair's oily, my face is oily. It's a lot. But if you don't mind oil, or you like oil and you're looking for kind of like a natural tinted foundation-esque product that you just want to use in small amounts, and I think it's a really good product. But yeah, guys, that's it. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for tuning in. If you haven't subscribed already, guys, please subscribe. We would love to have you in the Slap family. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.